What we do here is go back.
You always do it. It's your thing. When people turn on this podcast, they expect to hear Becca first, not me. If they want to hear me first, they can go to Awkwardly Surprising.
True. All right. What's up, entrepreneurs? Welcome back for season 2, episode 2. Today, we're going to be talking about marketing and such.
You didn't introduce me.
I was getting there.
Oh, my bad. You know me, I like having all the attention on myself. So we were talking about marketing with a lot of things, photography, tutoring, whatever else you guys do that you're an entrepreneur at. That's what we're going to talk about. Things that we've done, things that work, don't work. So how do you market yourself, Becca?
Well, I guess lately I've been getting into making like TikToks and reels for my couples sessions or weddings or engagement sessions, whatever. The clients really like it because they can share it. And that helps me get a lot of exposure, because when I share like a client's reel or their TikTok, they're then broadcasting it to their friends. And then all of a sudden I get X amount of likes and follows. It kind of entices people to want to use you because you're like trendy and with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're hip.
But it's worked out pretty good. I just started reels actually. I hadn't done them before. I was just doing strictly TikToks, and I kind of like it more. Not gonna lie, kind of like reels a little bit more.
Why?
I don't really know. I've just gotten so much more interaction on my reels than my TikToks. It's like I think for business, reels are better, and for fun, TikTok is better.
Okay, that's understandable. I could see that. But yeah, no, I think you hit it with reels is more of like a promote your business, promote something that you're doing. TikTok is like, okay, be fun. Like no one's gonna get on TikTok and judge what you put on there. I mean, they might, but for the most part, they're like, oh, it's TikTok. They're supposed to be fun. Reel/Instagram, it's one of those, like, the majority of the people who are seeing it are your friends. Like, you might have maybe 2% of your friends see your stuff on TikTok. I don't really post on TikTok, me personally, like funny things. I know you're like one of the funny people that, make funny stuff. I still haven't found that thing. So if we're talking about like grant tutoring and like promoting myself, I guess you can say I'm lying, because I did do 2 TikToks/reels. So my philosophy was like, I can just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'll post it on TikTok, and then I'll just post it on reels. So usually like I'll post on TikTok maybe a day before, and then I'll add it on reels on Instagram. Just to see the difference, because I still have students that follow me on TikTok, and then obviously the more people on my Instagram. And for grant
interaction on one or the other.
If we're talking about grant tutoring, I don't really get that much interaction. I feel like if I did more of the teacher type TikToks, I probably would, but I don't. And that's just not my personality. Like, I know people are like, well, you got to jump out of the box. I'm like, I like staying in my lane. Like, I know what my lane is, and when I'm ready for it, then I will. So like the last 2 TikToks I made /reels was, I made one of, I was lifting weights. It was summer weightlifting with the football players, and the kid did a video of me. So I used that as like a grant tutoring, like kind of promotion. And then the second one was, I did like the transformation of who I am. So to kind of give people understanding, like, I've been a teacher longer than you actually think. So the first picture was me in 2010, and I didn't have a beard. And that was the last time I I haven't had a beard. So that year was the last time I was shaved. And then it kind of do what?
I couldn't imagine you without the beard.
Yeah, I mean, some people tell me I should go back to it, but I'm like, I'm bald and I can't. I don't think I could pull it off. Maybe when I'm like rich on an island, maybe. But as of right now, it's beard forever for right now. Um, but I did that, so kind of just show like I've been a teacher. Like, there's only certain people that have seen me since 2010 until now. So only
Yeah.
a certain amount of people have seen me without a beard, and there's some people that have never seen me without a beard until that picture, obviously. So it kind of just shows like, hey, he is a teacher. He knows what he's talking about when I call him and stuff like that. And then you have students like, oh my God, Mr. Grant type thing. For Grant Visuals, I kind of just like, it's kind of like you like, I don't really have clients per se because I'm still kind of just doing it for free for the most part. But I like just showing the work that I do, like whether it's good or not. And if you get a good song behind it, I mean, it just makes it more enticing to look at. And,
That's another thing though with since you just said that, I'm going to touch on it a little bit. Right now with TikTok and Reels, if you choose the trendiest song that's like the most popular right now and you put anything behind it, whether it's, a bunch of like, for me, whether it's like a bunch of pictures or me doing something funny, it's gonna do good
yeah,
because of sound. And you get exposure that way too. So that's definitely something I would recommend to people like up and coming or trying to expand your business. Like, choose whatever song is trendy right now and put it in your video and just watch your views go up, because
yeah,
the algorithm just makes it pop up on people's on their feed, like when you're swiping or whatever.
yeah.
And
And I
really,
mean, even with like the songs, like I think on my Grant Visuals, I've only used one. Like I try not to use songs that have cussing just because I am a teacher and I have students. I want to say the majority are students, but granted they are high school, so it doesn't really matter if I pick music with cussing or not. I just try not to, just stay in my lane because obviously I am a multi diverse person, so I have to like balance them both out.
yeah.
So like the way I get my views, I guess on TikTok, I get, whatever, but Reels, obviously, my biggest one was like, I went to an Orange Park practice and I took pictures for them. And that one got a big following or a lot of views on that one. And then I went to MegaCon and I didn't, to be honest, like the pictures I took at MegaCon, when I was taking them, I was kind of just like, I'm just gonna take pictures and just see how it goes. Like I didn't expect them to look as good as they did when I got back to the hotel and I was like looking at them like, oh, these are really good.
It's all
Um,
those ones that you're like not half-assing, but you're just like, I'm just gonna do this,
yeah,
you
and
know?
like yeah, and like the even with doing them like before I really got into like taking pictures, I obviously I talked to you and I watch a lot of YouTube. But one like the one little thing that stuck out to me was like the guy was like some dude I think I watched. He was like, do as many angles as possible.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if it look even if you look stupid, just do a different angle. And a lot of the weird looking angles that I did, they're like, oh, this is like pretty good.
Mhm.
And so and that's and like obviously like the cosplay community like really loved it. A lot of them followed me, and my friend like I was just gonna go and take pictures. My friend that I went with, he was dressed as Scorpion. If you go to Grant Visuals, he was like, dude, you need business cards. I was like, dude, it's 2 days before we leave. I can't get business cards. And so what I did is I created something on Photoshop, Grant Visuals. I put the Instagram and Twitter. And so after the picture, he'd give me a card. I'd give it to the people. It was just a piece of paper. I was like, hey, make sure you follow the Instagram or Facebook, and hopefully I had the pictures done. And so I got a lot of the cosplay players or not players, but people to follow me. And, I sent them their pictures. I wasn't going to ask for any money. Next year.
Next year.
Uh, yeah, I mean next year, yeah. But yeah, no, I sent them the pictures, and a lot of them, I think they go to like MegaCon and Comic Con and stuff like that. And like when you're there, you see a bunch of people with cameras and videotapes and all that stuff, and they're taking all these pictures, but you don't know where to find them. Like it's like, oh, where's this picture that you just took of me? Or you have to pay like a ton of money just to get these professional pictures. So, me, think outside the box, give them away for free. Like if you can find me on Instagram and you follow me, I'll send you a picture. I'll put a little watermark at the bottom, but I'll send them. And as I don't know if you saw it, but like a lot of people just like, oh my gosh, I love these pictures. I've never had anybody do professional pictures. I was like, am I professional now? But no, they all like really loved them. And it was just like giving me like nice things, nice comments about it. So that was nice. So I think that weekend kind of just like that one time that you do something and someone says something to you and you're like, this is it.
Yeah.
MegaCon was it. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you have that moment to where you're like, this is it's Go and Go. We're going for it.
And it's funny that you say that because it wasn't when I started my business that I had that feeling. It was 2 years later, last year, on this wedding that I shot at Nocti Crosswater Hall or something like that. And I just got so much positive feedback from this wedding. It was actually November 13th last year. Isn't that your anniversary?
I think that's my anniversary.
Yeah. So I shot a wedding last year, November 13th. And then after I posted all these sneak peeks, and I just got so much there's so many people that were just like, oh my gosh, so beautiful, timeless, romantic, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, yep, I finally figured it out.
Yeah.
They're not easy. Weddings are not easy. You're lots of people. They're usually drinking. Nobody really listens. It's worse than dealing with toddlers, I swear.
It's like herding cats. Because I remember at my wedding, it was just like, we had a list of what we wanted and still it was so difficult getting it just because like even my friends, they were really drunk and, being stupid. So like getting them straightened out, it's kind of like, dude, just take the picture.
Stop moving. Don't blink.
Yeah. No, and it's similar to like, cause obviously I'm doing football pictures and high school pictures. Obviously I work at the school. So it's kind of just like free practice pretty much. And so like getting them to like take cause I did senior pictures. So getting them to like have their jersey down, like this is not a game. You don't need your jersey up. Like we're taking a picture, like look nice. It's you gotta firm it. And
get it together.
Yeah. And I guess like the pictures I don't know, well, you did see it, I think. The picture I just posted today of the spring game from last night. I just made like this long little swipe thing on my Instagram. And that one, that I would say that's my second one. Is kind of like I didn't expect it to do what it did. Like I was like, hey, I'm not gonna post all the pictures. I just kind of want to post like a little bit right now and save it. That way I'm not like blowing my Instagram up because that's not what the cool thing to do is. But everybody is loving the picture, the collage, you could say, that I've made. And the funny thing is, it's kind of like it's kind of like the difference between like what you talked about, like doing a wedding and getting so much feedback. Like I did that picture, obviously I think it's getting the most likes I've ever had. I'm going to go to work on Monday and no one's going to say anything. Like all these kids that go to the school, see this picture, like it, share it, whatever, follow me, won't say anything to me at school. Act like nothing even happened. And it's so weird because they know who I am. They know what I do. And it's kind of just like,
That is weird.
that's the guy. And it's kind of like, they want to say like, it's like, they want to say, hey man, a good picture. But yeah. So, I mean, that's weird. But I like I like doing it for them. To an extent, I feel like I'm a little bit of a distraction because like they expect like good pictures and maybe they're not really focused on the game, which they should be. And I don't talk to them. I'm just out there. Like obviously they see me as Mr. Grant, Coach Grant, whatever you want to call me. But sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit of a distraction because I'm out there and they know what I'm out there for. Um,
Look good instead of play good.
yeah, and that's that's an issue that I might need to talk to coach about like tell them, not them, I mean they know, but yeah, it's but yeah, anyways, that's another way that I present myself, how I it, that's kind of like how I promote, I guess, myself. So I have a lot of high schoolers that follow me because they know I take football pictures. You have which tell their friends who play football, which tell maybe their parents to follow me. So maybe like I might take senior pictures. Like I'm trying to come up with like a tweet to say, well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out like my prices and stuff, but I kind of just I want to do senior pictures, obviously, and I want them to know, like, hey, you can ask me to do your senior pictures. Like, you don't have to go to this place that's going to charge you an arm and a leg.
Like put something up?
I don't know. I think I can only do it on social media because I don't think you can like sell yourself,
True.
even though we're grant tutoring every day. But I don't like go out and tell like, hey, come to grant tutoring, come to the golf side. I don't do that.
Yeah.
But they know like if they ask me, I'll say just DM me because then it's not during work school hours.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I think with me, I've been getting more exposure through the high school football. Obviously, the cosplay helped me, but that was one weekend. But football season's here, basketball season's next. And I'm pretty sure all the other sports will be like, hey, can you come out and take some pictures? Which I will because I work there. I can't just focus on football. And I think that will help out. And I want my website done by next month. I haven't started on it, but that's my goal is to have it done next month. And we talked about me finally getting an official picture job. Is that what you say? What do people say?
What do you mean?
Like I got my engagement photo shoot that I'm doing.
Okay. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, so
Uh,
I have I have an official photo shoot at is it Castle Ortiz? What is it? Otis?
Otis, yeah.
That's what I thought, but it has
Very
like three.
the weirdest thing.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, maybe it's something else. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, this girl I know, she paints. She's a painter. I bought a couple of her paintings. She was like, "Yeah, we want you to do our engagement photos." I was like, "Are you sure?" Like, they might come out terrible. She's like, "They won't." I was like, "Are you sure?" But I mean, that's how I always am. Like, I don't think every time I take pictures, I'm always like so like nervous about how they're gonna come out. Like, I don't have like how you are, like like I'm pretty sure when you take that picture, you're like, this is gonna be good. And I think every time I take a picture, it's just like I think every time I take one, I'm always nervous, and I'm just like, what is this gonna look like? Like,
All I can say is like your angles and your lighting. Those are the biggest things to pay attention to. Everything else will look great post editing, but your
yeah,
angles and your lighting you can't fix post edit or
yeah,
post
post
session.
post sessions, yeah,
Um, those are just the biggest things for me. So every time you snap, like go back and look and make sure that you're happy with the lighting.
Yeah.
That's how I started getting better, was I made sure to pay attention to what I was taking on site versus like how I'm going to edit it later, you know?
Yeah. No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And so like obviously the closer it gets, I'll probably be texting you, clearly.
Love to
But
come along.
no, I gotta see. I gotta see how many people are coming. Because I know obviously it's her husband. Actually, I don't know if I want to do it because then that'll make me 10 times nervous.
Why?
That's just how I am. Like I gotta get in the zone of it. I don't
Crazy.
know. We'll see. You know how I'm awkward, you know.
I just went there recently just to be a creative director and like
Oh,
and just move her hair this way, move her hand here, move
yeah.
what. And it's one of my buddies. His name's Kenny. He helps me out. I help him out all the time. We just kind of work together. He does the videography for Conoco.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
No,
constantly like trying to get better with each
yeah.
other.
I mean, you got to. But yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know, we'll see because I feel like the more people that I ask, the worse I get. And I feel like one, if I ask you, it's kind of like, well, what if she can't come to the next one? Then I'm like expecting you to be there type thing. And you know me, I'm not expecting it, but
Like soak it up and absorb anything that you didn't know before.
I know. I don't know. I don't know. You know me, I'm a
But
lone ranger.
when I started out, like I was very nervous too, just the same. So I
Yeah.
completely understand, honestly.
And I think it's like one I think it's because like it's the first official one that I'm doing. I think I
Yeah.
want to just kind of just like dive in head first, kind of like what I do with everything, and
Yeah.
just see like how it goes and like reassess it based on myself and Kylie and obviously the couple,
Yeah.
and kind of see like what could I've done better, what obviously. But no, I think posting on Instagram and having people, and obviously me having like multiple Instagrams and sharing it on there has helped me get, maybe not more followers, but more people to see like, hey, like his work isn't that bad. Like, um, and the reels has worked. I'll usually like post pictures first and then I'll post something different and then the next post will probably be a reel. So I try to balance it out and not do reel, do a picture reel and then another picture and try to switch it up so I'm not
Yeah.
like it's the same thing. So when people come, it's like, oh, he just does this. It's like, no, let me put things in.
Yeah.
um
Trying to do the same thing with my feed. Like with photography, I have noticed like the what sells a lot is when your new potential client or customer or whatever goes to your Instagram and they can see like a nice looking feed. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like color grading, your just the balance of that just looks good. And that
Yeah.
really helps draw people in too.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I suck at that. Just maybe I don't know if because I'm a guy, but it's just not my thing.
Just starting
Like,
out.
like I obviously like if you follow Grant Visuals a long time ago, I had like a hodgepodge of like edits. I had pictures that were edited. I had like videos that I edited. Then I had just random pictures. Now I only have photos. They're pretty much all the same. But yeah, like just keeping it straight, like I know, like even on Grant Tutoring, like I know, like I follow a couple of tutoring companies, and they're just like immaculate, like it's just like perfect. And I'm like, well, I mean, I don't need to do that. Like even when I started, I didn't need to do that. And I mean, I get it. Like some people, they feel like they need to have that consistency on their feed, but it's I at the end of the day, with tutoring in general, it doesn't really matter about your feed. It's about, as we talked
Yeah.
about last is as we talked about last episode, it's kind of like it's about word of mouth. Are the kids learning with you?
Yeah.
Are the parents that you're talking to, are they telling other parents and stuff like that? Um, and that's pretty much how obviously I grew my business is, word of mouth and obviously great tutors, clearly. But no, like having a good Instagram, yeah, that's cool. But I feel like with tutoring, it's not necessarily needed.
Yeah. I could agree with you there.
So pictures, clearly, yes, to an extent. I think with you and most of the photographers that I follow, I think you guys are in your lane. Like you, as I said, I stick in my lane. You and like most of the photographers that I follow, you guys are in a lane that you guys are mainly doing couples, mini sessions, weddings, stuff like that. So most of your pictures are going to stay the same.
Hmm.
Like with me, like Grant Visuals is kind of just like, you know, I want to just take pictures, but make them look good at the same time. Like I'm visually there to make your experience. Like I want to visually be there and show you what you guys are actually experiencing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like with the football games, um, the MegaCon, obviously like, I guess you can say lifestyle photo shoots that I've done.
Yeah.
I've had people ask me to do like some lifestyle photos. So I mean, we'll see. Like, obviously, mine's still going to be kind of a hodgepodge, but it'll be still like a hodgepodge of, okay, this guy can do, you know, multiple things, even though I've heard that's not really a good look. What do you think?
I think since you're starting out and you're kind of just like trying to feel out what you like and what you want to do, um, I started kind of similarly. Like I did everything. I shot newborn, family, mini sessions. That's how I mostly started, and then I started doing couples more. And now I'm just like, I don't really want to do family and mini sessions anymore because I just don't. I feel like more of a connection with couples. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I think what couples is just like, I don't know. It's like seeing how other people act around each other.
Yeah.
Like, and I think you touched on it maybe last episode or a couple episodes. It's kind of like seeing the different couples and interacting with them, seeing how like some are really shy, but then
Mm.
some are like so energetic and like loving on each other. So you got to like do something to get these people to like, hey, you got to love on them and we got to take pictures.
Open up like every single session, but usually it ends really good, and I try to make it fun. You know,
Yeah,
some champagne, bring a box of pizza. Like I don't care. We're gonna
yeah.
take pictures. We're doing it.
Now I do have a question. Do you have conversations prior to taking pictures?
Yes. So just this year, I learned and started doing that, like talking to my couples about what they should wear based on our location. Like today, I had a conversation with a client, with one of my wedding clients. And with my wedding packages, if you book my wedding package, I include a complimentary engagement session. It's usually like 30 minutes to an hour, and we go wherever. But specifically, we were talking about what she was going to wear in this engagement session, and she wants to wear like a black ball gown. Like I'm talking, like Cinderella ball gown, but black.
Yikes.
So immediately I thought of the castle, and I was like, oh, well, we can't go to the beach with that. We can't go to the woods with that. I mean, we could, but I think the castle would just complement it very well. And then since you're wearing black, we don't necessarily want to be in like a woodsy location because that black and that green will really clash when I'm trying to edit. Where
Yeah.
we need to go somewhere where your dress is going to pop and it's not going to like look bad with your background. So like a neutral background, something like beige, well lit. And then I was like, castle. So I'm trying to get into there in November. Hopefully Rusty has some openings then, but yeah, I've been starting to talk to them beforehand now, so that they're not showing like bright colors and like, you know, prints or like leopard print or polka dots. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, to each his own, but I've
You
got
want
a
their pictures.
vibe, a style, you
Yeah.
know.
You want their pictures to look good.
Yes, and I know what will make them look good, and it's definitely not like any sort of print on the clothing. It's got to be like solid neutrals. I don't know. That's just where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
That's the stuff.
No. Well, no, because like as I said, the girl that asked me, I listened to I think a podcast a while ago, and she was talking about how she talks to the couple beforehand. They sit and talk for I don't want to say hours, but they just talk.
Yeah.
So I told this to the girl, like I know her, but like we don't talk on a daily basis. Um, and she was like, yeah, me and my boyfriend, like I had to beg my fiance, I had to like beg him to do these pictures. So I was like, well, I feel like we might need to talk just to get to see like, you know, what you guys have in mind too. Like, and I think with you just saying like asking what they're wearing, like I would never thought about that. I'm like, hey, just show up in whatever you're wearing. Let's go.
Yes.
Do
It's
it.
a big.
Yeah. So that's a good thing I asked that because I would have been like, hey, let's go. Go to
Encourage her to wear like flowy, light colored dress.
okay.
Yeah.
I've been like Googling stuff too. So
And then for him, like slacks and a button up, but no print. That's important.
well, I thought they wanted something like because they're painters or she's a painter. So I thought they wanted something like more artsy. But she
No.
was like her well no not to wear just in general of the photo shoot like just something that's like at the Cummer Museum or something.
Oh,
But
okay.
she was
Yeah.
like she was just like no like I see a lot of people doing like engagement photos on the beach or in the woods and I was like I want to do something different like or I guess her friends or family and she was like well let's do the castle. And at first, when I texted you, I said, I don't think I can book the castle because it says it's on the website. It only says for like colleges, universities, and like schools or something. But
Mhm.
I got on Google and I Googled it again, and then like on the review page, it says you have to email the guy, and so I emailed Rusty, and we set it up. So
Good.
the closer I get to it, the more nervous I'll get, and that's just how I am. And every time I like even at the game last night, like no, I know who to call, like but you know, I just gotta head first, dive in.
Dive in. That's
So
how most entrepreneurs do, right? They
yeah,
just go into it. They don't really
yeah,
have a plan. They just, you know,
dive in. So
yeah.
a little bit, I guess. Do you have any other ways that you promote yourself with Reels or Instagram?
I just started to implement, so I've never done this before, but on Cohen and Co's Instagram, since Reels are a thing now, yesterday or 3 days ago, I can't remember when it was, I made my first like funny reel. I want to kind of like show you actually. You can see
I
my phone
shared
pretty
it.
good, right? No, I know, but I'm getting at something different. Um,
Oh,
so here's my Instagram, right?
mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And you can click this button to see my reels. But here's my feed. This is my Instagram feed. This picture, it let me put as the cover, but that's
Oh,
actually my reel. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You would never
That
know.
wait, that picture's not even in the reel.
No. But it lets, huh?
Interest. I said
Right?
interesting. They don't let you do that on TikTok, do they?
No.
Okay,
So
because
can still flow with my feed of couples and love and romantic stuff, but it's my funny photography reel.
okay, I didn't know that.
So what I'm trying to market to now is other photographers. So I follow like so many
Yeah,
photographers just for like inspiration and new poses, like location ideas, outfit ideas, whatever. I follow so many. Um, and I actually had like a couple videographers comment on it and be like, yeah, this is so true. And, they ended up following me and stuff. And like some clients that I've had that I've done shoots for commented on it. And I'm just like, the more comments that you get and like it increases your chances of coming up in someone else's algorithm.
yeah.
Um,
So you're working
remember,
more on, oh,
huh?
I said you're working more on the engagement side, like kind of like you're tricking them.
Yeah, yeah. Um, remember earlier in this conversation, you were talking about like how you went to, what was it called? Comic Con?
MegaCon. Comic Con is in California, San
Okay.
Diego, or somewhere like that.
So I did not expect this reel to do good. I mean, I did. Let me take that back. I did expect it to do good,
Wait,
but
which one? Wait,
this,
whose?
um, but it's got 230 likes on it.
Which one?
Over 4,000 people have seen it.
No, I saw that one and I checked. I was like, geez, there's like
Yeah,
4,000 views on that.
this one.
Yeah, no, yeah, I saw that because I clicked on it. I was like,
Yeah.
4,000, and like I feel like I looked the day after you posted it too.
So now that we're bringing this up, this song that I used on this reel and on this reel is the same song, and both reels got me over 4,000 views
On both of them.
because I chose a trendy song and I put a bunch of, see, this is the first one, same song. Wait, same one.
Hmm.
Trendy
Well,
song, put them behind whatever you're doing, even if
n-
you also adjust the volume to be like however loud you want it, so you can still have like a talking segment and keep the music down low. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
So is the trendy song the same on TikTok than it is on Reels?
Sometimes, I mean, I hear it on TikTok before I hear it on Reels. Uh,
Okay.
but if you scroll through, if you just start scrolling through your Reels, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll find out what the trendy songs are because you'll see two, three, four people using it, you know,
Yeah. Got
save
it.
video and then use it again. Um,
Hmm.
that's definitely my piece of advice to you guys
Even
is
me.
trendy songs. Make reels.
Oh
TikTok's,
yeah.
but I'm like,
No. So this is what I tell Kylie. If you're new to this, Kylie's my wife. So if you haven't noticed, she's getting more active on social media with her fitness.
mhm.
And I told her, I said, you need to make TikToks, whether you just put pictures behind there or whatever you do. I don't care. You need to make a TikTok. But I was like, you can kill two birds with one stone. You post it on TikTok, it saves your phone. You put it on Instagram, put it on Reels. It's posted two ways. You don't have to do anything. So that's what
Yep.
that's what I do. But I was telling her, I was like, you don't need to make a reel. One, I don't know how to. Two, I feel like as of right now, TikTok is easier to make for me because I already know how to make it. And then all I got to do is save it and then put it on Instagram.
Mhm.
So yeah, finding the trending song, yes, that is. I didn't think about. I did, but I really didn't. I kind of just like try to find a song that fits the pictures the most.
Ending up in someone's algorithm more if you
Yeah,
use the song most popular on the apps,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Well, in my case, I guess we can talk about like the different types of using the song. So like with you, like obviously you're posting your images for just to show your work. My biggest one was, I want to say MegaCon was the biggest. No, the football one, but MegaCon was second. I felt like I knew that one was going to do well because I knew a lot of the people from MegaCon were going to follow me anyway. So they're going to want to see, okay, well, my picture wasn't in his post. Maybe it's going to be in this reel. And so they would just watch the reel to see if their picture's in it. Obviously, a lot of people liked it, so they shared it. And that's how I got, most of my views on that one. But I think my next one, I think I'm going to try to do the music. But another thing that, like what I did today, if you haven't checked, go on Great Visuals, is the picture that I did today, to where it's a you're swiping, but it's pretty much a
Yeah.
collage to where you're swiping and going across. And so what I learned, like I went to the Free University of YouTube. So if you look in the top corner, I don't know if you can see this or not. I mean, obviously you can see
Yeah.
it on your phone, but you can see like a picture in the corner, and it's like, okay, what's that picture? So it's going to make you want to swipe to see it. So then you see, okay, there's another picture. Well, what's that picture? So I
Yes.
put little images to the edge of it to make you want to know what that picture is. Keep swiping.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
like that because they're actually like wide angle too.
yeah, so the way that I learned it is you use the horizontal pictures as the main one, and then use the land. I guess I should say landscape and
What
portrait.
app did you use to make them?
Use Photoshop.
Oh, okay. They have an app for this too. It's called, I use a couple different ones. One of them's called Unfold, and you can make like a swipey collage or whatever.
Do you have to pay for it?
Some of them, but there's a lot of free ones on here too. So
Right.
these are really good for stories,
I
but
think I
they
used.
also have what you were talking about.
I think you told me about that one. I have a
And
couple.
this, it's called SCRL, is the same thing. You
I
can
don't.
make those.
I do have Unfold. You did tell me about that one, and you told me about Moji
See this?
Motu.
I don't know if it's,
Oh, I can say it.
but this is a free app too. If you want to use it for business promoting, a lot of people like the swipey thing that I'm calling it a swipey thing. I don't know what.
Yeah, no,
Swipe.
I saw some people do it, and I was just like, I like it, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna add it.
Yeah.
I think the first one I did it was with my parents' picture, and then obviously I used to only do like the swipe. You swipe once, and you see two folds, and then this is the
Yeah.
biggest one that I've done today, or to date, you should say. And I was like, well, I don't want to post all the pictures yet. Let me just try this to see if people like it. People like it. So, we'll see. I guess I'll have to come back the next episode to see if anybody says anything to me on Monday. Because as I said, every time I do pictures for the school, obviously, most of the football players are like, hey, Mr. Grant, what's up? Whatever. But like all the random people that are following me that I know that go to the school and that I walk past every single day will not say anything. So I wonder if they will. I want, me, I like credit. I like having my credit. I like people telling me like, hey, that's a good picture.
Like, look, there goes Mr. Grant, the guy who takes all the pictures.
And I'll do my little bow, like, hey, you're welcome.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm curious because it's nice that, as I said, that people are appreciating it and liking the pictures and sharing it and following it. So, and now I'm going back to like, I'm really utilizing my highlights, and I think you talked about it in season one. Having highlights, so when people do come on, they don't have to go through everything to look for your page. They can just go through your highlights. And
Oh, yeah.
so I went back. Now I'm getting kind of back into like editing. Yeah.
These? Yeah.
So I'm getting back into like edit because I used to edit a little bit, but then I kind of just stopped. And so I did my first edit in a long time was the football. I don't know if you saw the football one. It
Mhm.
was like a promotion to the game that happened Friday. And you know, I took the picture and then I cut the person out, made them all looking cool. And you know, I've when I do stuff, and maybe I don't have that as much confidence as someone should have. Like you're Leo, we talked about. You're just like, wow, you're just a lion. You're just, you know, very confident in yourself.
In
And
my
like
blood,
when I,
can't help
yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, and like with me, and a student actually called me out about my zodiac sign. She was like, "Oh my God, you're Aries," and you know, blah blah. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Um, like
Like
no, like yeah,
typical response.
just don't talk to me. But no, like even anything that I do, even if it's like good or not, like I always second guess it.
Yeah.
And with the edit, I made it. I thought it looked cool, but then you know, you don't know what other people are gonna think about it.
Yeah.
So I sent to the coach, and he's like, "This is really cool." And so
Mhm.
he used it. Someone there's like an Orange Park like rally thing that they used it. So I'm gonna try to make one for each week, um, and just see how. Like I already have next week's already ready, so I don't know. I'm nervous. I always get nervous when I do anything, whether it's taking pictures, whether it's talking to a parent for grant tutoring, um, anything that I do. It's just it's
I have an idea. Not an idea.
a
But
suggestion.
yes, suggestion. Something I started doing after I've shot weddings is sending the entire gallery to the venue. So, like at Epping Forest Yacht Club, I recently shot a wedding there, and I sent my whole gallery to them. Like, use whatever pictures you want, just tag me. That's also like helpful for exposure because a lot of times, for me at least, it helps me like couples will go to their venue page and scroll through and see what kind of photographer they like. They can click on the image and they see Cohen and Co is tagged. They're going to come to Cohen and Co and uh, you know, inquire about my packages. So whenever you shoot with the castle on in September, send them your gallery so that they can use your stuff on their website. That's what I would recommend. Mhm.
I'm gonna do that.
Extra
I,
exposure.
after I get, you know, after my nerves have subsided, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these are not that bad as I thought they were gonna be, but they're actually pretty good. Then I will.
It's gonna be great. You're
Yeah,
gonna blow away.
I'll try. So, I mean, hopefully, like speaking of exposure, hopefully, like the pictures that I'm taking for the school or for my school will, like maybe another school will be like, hey, do you want to come take pictures for our school? Something like that. Yes, would I be a traitor? Technically, but they're paying me. So, yeah. So yeah, I think with me taking pictures of the football team, like it obviously brings me exposure to, oh, he can actually do like good football pictures. Oh, I want my son to have senior pictures in his football pictures, something like that. But the last thing I have pretty much with just getting exposure is kind of just put out content. Like I know we
Mhm.
talked about this, not even on here, like you've been doing a lot of shoots and you're like, I just have content just loaded on my phone. And like with me, like with Megan Con, with the football season, with Kylie wanting to take pictures, and then with other people asking me, like even if I do it for free, it's kind of like I'm not throwing everything out there, but I have content to where I can show my work, whether it's good or bad. In my case,
Yeah.
because I am new, and all I have to do is just show my work. That's all I got to do. And so that's for anybody that's listening, it's just kind of just show your work, whether you like it or not. I mean, obviously, once you get better, you can kind of like archive the old stuff and
Yeah.
build on what you've done that is, you know, better than what you started. And then obviously you'll get exposure, and don't be afraid to tell people like, hey, tell people about me. Like, you know, if they want to shoot, just, you know, tell them to come to me. And that's what I do with grant tutoring. Obviously, that's kind of like I told someone it's kind of just like it's like a ship that's just sailing. It's kind of like you put it in the water and you know it's just going to sail, and that's what grant tutoring is. And with grant visuals, it's kind of like me restarting a lot of things that grant I don't really have to do with grant tutoring. Besides, like when I get new tutors, it's kind of like obviously teach them. And I think grant visuals is a whole nother beast for me.
Yeah.
Just because one, I'm I don't talk to people that much. So I'm good with people. Like I can talk to people. I'm very good with people, but it's hard for me to go out of my way and talk to people. And I'm a creative person. Like I like creating things.
Mhm.
Awkwardly surprising. It's one of those like I just take chances. Like I ask people, do they want to come on? If they don't, they don't. If they do, happy. And then with the rental, which we'll talk about one day, is someone
Oh
told me
yeah.
we'll talk about another day. It's going really good. I do because I'm the property manager because it's my house. And so I do every 3 months I go and just, check on the house, do inspection check, whatever. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day.
We'll have to
But
talk about that next time.
but even with that, I had a guy tell me like, don't do it. Like it's not good for you. It'll be bad. You'll lose money, blah, blah, blah. But it's just one of the things that you can't listen to the negative people. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. And that's how you get more exposure. So like hypothetically, let's say I get another house, the tenants that I have, they love me. Knock on wood, love me. They might know someone that need one. I'm not saying I'm going to buy another house, but if I did, it's still like, you know, you're as Kevin Hart said one day, you're your own brand or something like that. Like I am a walking brand. I am a walking grant tutoring. I am walking awkwardly surprising. I am walking grant visuals. I am walking Colby Grant the teacher. Like when you see me, I am the brand.
And Jacksonville entrepreneurs.
And Jacksonville entrepreneurs and play fast football. Like I am.
We need to make shirts.
We should be that hard. But I mean, it's kind of like you. Like you're your brand. Like they see Becca. Like Becca is toe and toe. Becca is Becca. Like you're just a walking advertisement. And I think a lot of people forget that that's what they are. They're representing themselves. And so that's what, I am. I don't do it on purpose. Like I'm not someone that's just doing all this stuff just to say like, hey, look at me. I can juggle all this stuff. I'm not doing it like that. I'm doing it because everything I do, I like it. I like doing it. I like taking pictures. For me, the bonus is if someone pays me, it's good. Grant tutoring was more of like that. I want a business type thing. And then grant visuals is just something like you've known. I've been taking pictures and just posting random stuff on here and, asking you about stuff. And then, here we are. So, yeah, that was my last 5-minute rant.
No, I think that just about covers it. I definitely think next episode we should talk about your rental, the housing market. I've got some plans too coming up that are similar to what you're doing. So I'd love to let our entrepreneurs know about something maybe a little bit different than photography and tutoring. So we can touch on, maybe the housing market next episode and talk about how to make money in it.
Yeah, the key is to use the money you make to make you more money.
Yes. Your money needs
So
to be making money while you sleep.
your money should be your slave, not you. And it's very difficult. Very difficult. I
Yeah.
would say that. So
Well, cool.
but
That was good.
yeah, so this is, Jacksonville Entrepreneurs. Yes, we are more than just, photographers. We're more than just tutors. We're a plethora of things to where we can talk about anything, and hopefully we'll get some people on and talk about like their journey. Try to
Yeah.
find a first guest for season 2. We want to make it a good one, so we're on the search.
Send us a
But
on.
yeah, but until then, we'll catch you guys next time.